So the thyroid gland makes the hormone thyroid, and thyroid hormone is the fuel of the body. It controls so many parts of our body, but mainly it regulates metabolism, and any dysfunction of this gland can cause a very wide array of symptoms. So Hashimoto's thyroiditis is an autoimmune condition. Autoimmune means it's your own cells attacking your own cells. And it is the most common cause of hypothyroidism and causes an underactive or underactivity of the thyroid. So because it is a metabolism problem, decrease in energy is very common, fatigue in other words, and some people complain also feeling cold all the time. We call that cold intolerance. The skin can be dry, and this is not just dryness in some parts, but a generalized dryness. The bowels can be affected and can move slower, so in other words, constipation, and mental function can be affected also, as well as mood.
Well, when I was diagnosed, I had young children. And so I initially attributed my symptoms to it's just part of getting older. I had just passed the 30 mark, and I thought, all right, my blessed life of eating whatever I want and living on not a lot of sleep is over, and it's all downhill from here. But I did notice that things were getting a little more extreme. I would wake up tired and be ready to go back to sleep for the night by 10 o'clock in the morning. I had put on quite a bit of weight in a short amount of time. I was moodier than usual and not just once a month. And all the symptoms that Dr. Camacho explained, I was also showing. And it was a lot of little details, but it wasn't until my husband finally said, okay, enough is enough. Something is very not right. You need to go see a doctor. It wasn't until that point that I made the appointment with my general physician to see what was going on. It was really simple. It sounds like such a scary disease since it has such a long name, but it was a simple blood test to check my thyroid levels, which were very low. It's a little tiny pill that you take once a day. I take it in the morning, and that's pretty much it. It only took a couple of weeks before I was pretty much feeling myself, and within a month, definitely back to normal. And it's really that simple. It's in the beginning, you see your doctor a little more frequently, maybe 3 or 4 times a year. Now I'm down to just seeing him once a year just to check to make sure my levels are maintained at the right level.
Marnie's got it right. It's a very simple treatment. The key is diagnosis. Once you clinch the diagnosis, the treatment can be started. It's a very simple once-a-day pill, which, by the way, needs to be taken on an empty stomach for better absorption, for full absorption. And within a couple of weeks, thyroid testing is done. It takes a couple of times to get it regulated, but once it's stable, you're not seen very often. Once a year or twice a year is fine.
You really need to be your own best advocate. Nobody knows how you feel better than yourself. So be aware of how you're feeling and don't necessarily write off changes in your temperament or just your general health to aging or being busy. Make sure you speak up and talk to your doctor. They're the ones who are trained to recognize these symptoms, and they will help guide you to the right diagnosis and the right treatment. And if you're already diagnosed with Hashimoto's hypothyroidism or any kind of hypothyroidism, again, you need to speak up and talk to your doctor and let them know if there are any changes at all, because things happen. They need to adjust your medication. It's simple, but they need to know what's happening in your life so that they can make those changes.
So I would recommend going to thyroidawareness.com, which is a website from AACE, our organization. It's very comprehensive. There's a lot of things you can find out about your thyroid disease in there.